It is nice to see you guys. If you're wondering what's happened to my voice, I have been on a hockey match with my beloved team on away. We were away 50 miles from home. Sorry for that. And I have been screaming a lot, and cheering for my team, as you can hear. But nonetheless, I will continue doing videos for you guys. It will sound really funny, I believe. But yeah, that's life. That's life. It's a new update. The new update is 0.8.5. This one is about German light tank, medium tank, and some Russian light tanks. The Germans have the Indian Panzer, which is the medium tank Tier 8. It is it comes after, let's find it. It comes after VKD and Aufklärungspanzer Panther. This Aufklärungspanzer Panther is a Panther chassis formed light tank, which has quite good hull armor for a light tank. Turret armor is nonetheless not so bad. It has 60 kilometers an hour and powerful 900 horsepower Tier 9 engine, and due to the low weight and fast traverse, makes this tank an incredible speed demon. Too bad the view range is a little bad for light tanks, so you have to get close, but they won't be able to hit you with this speed. Before the Aufklärungspanzer is the VK28.1. It's a new light tank. I haven't tested it. I have only tested the medium tanks and the light Panther. But let's see here. It has it weighs half as the Panther, but has better power to weight ratio and faster traverse. So this is one hell of a ride, I would guess. It has a big 105 millimeter Tier 5 gun and a Tier 9 radio, so it's a very dangerous opponent if the enemies have arties and this one has a spotter. They have also they have VK 30.2. Let's find it. Oh, wait, let's see. No, oh, sorry, I forgot that this tank came in the earlier upgrade. I'm sorry for that, big mistake from me. Well, the tank I was going to tell you about was this one, 20.0D. That's a Tier 4 medium tank, which has high speed, traverse, and quite good average damage per minute. The power is lower than the 6 light tank, but the weight is also lower, so it's not that bad at all. It's low to the size, which make it hard to hit. Oh, first victory with the tank. So this far tanks is pretty awesome. Let's see, we have the VK 30.0D. Let's see here, which is it? 30.02D. That's it. That's the tank. It is similar to the VKD. It is the VKD, but another version. Let's see, compare them. Right. More hit points. A hell of a lot more hit points than their Tier 6. Let's see here. Sorry. Signal range, same. Turret traverse, rate of fire is higher. view range, armor, traverse, speed is the same, horsepower is the same. The weight is a little bit more, so it's plus 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 on this tank comparing to this, but this tank is not a minus, it's still very good. Alright, the Indian Panzer looks like fuck. Alright, I have it in the garage. This is it, looks like a Löwe turret mashed together with a French tank and the Russian back gun. It has an intense long 90mm gun with very high damage and penetration. The penetration is really good for a Tier 8 medium tank. Let's see here, vehicle details. The hit points comparing to the Panther II we can take is lower. The weight is much lower. Oh, sorry, quite disgusting, I believe. Horsepower's speed limit is low, but the traverse speed is really high, so actually you will accelerate and turning, and you can come up in higher speed downhill than the Panther II. So the medium Indian Panzer, I've driven it, it's quite epic. It's really fun to drive, and an epic shooter also. The hull armor is decent, medium, decent, average, something like that, a little bit low average. Shell damage is really high, it's really good, and the shell penetration is quite good, very good. Standard is better than the medium Panther II, but I guess that is the 7.5, so the shell damage isn't high on the Panther II's 7.5. Rate of fire is quite low, but that's because it's the, I believe, which one is it? Is it the 90mm they are using here? Turret traverse is really high. I've noticed this on every new medium tank and light tank. On the German they have very fast turret traverse and hull traverse. The view range is normal low, and the signal range is quite low. So have that in mind and get a new radio. radio. Alright, which is new? Prototype die Arbeitsgruppe A, medium tank Tier 9. I'm going for the list from World of Tanks. It is it this one, Prototype A? I believe so. Let's check for Tier 9. Yes, this is it. This is the medium tank Tier 9, which is developed in 61, so it's a very late tank. As you can see it on the shape of it and of the gun. It has a very modern way of looking of the gun, but still the chassis is looking quite old, comparing a little bit to the Panther. It's quite familiar, but let's not talk negative about this tank. Let's see if we can find the second E50 and compare them. Alright, let's see here. The E50, and they have the same hit points. That's a big. It's actually a great plus. Then you can't decide the tank comparing to the biggest HP pool. The weight is very low on this medium tank, and the engine power is really high, and also the speed limit and traverse. I mean, look at E50's traverse comparing to Prototype. It's nearly double the traverse speed. The armor is very low actually, but that is more likely because they want to have high speed and a good gun. So I believe that's why they have lowered the weight with taking off unnecessary armor because the guns of that time would easily penetrate 120 millimeter, even 70 millimeter. You would have luck if they have bounced off or missed. So it's bigger to miss than bounce off. That's why they have high speed. The shell damage and penetration is really high. The rate of fire is extremely low. This is worse than heavy tanks. But as you can see, the damage is really high, and high speed also, which makes it more likely to be. It's more likely that the enemies will miss. That's what I was going to say. By you running around like a crazy maniac. The traverse of the turret, as I said before, is very high on the new mediums. The view range is really high for a medium in stock, and the signal range is excellent. Let's see here, which one was it? Leopard 1, medium tank tire 10. Here we have the beauty. I can show it to you later. It has lower hit points than the E50. It has very low weight, is like the same of the Tire 9. It is the same as the Tire 9. Nearly. A little bit more. Engine power is high, but 50 has higher. But due to that is have such low weight, it doesn't matter. Just have 6. The speed limit is really high, and also the traverse speed, as I said, they are going really fast downhill. I guess I am wondering if it was like 80 kilometers an hour, so downhills I came up to like 78, 80, and that was just a little hill down. The armor is quite bad, but the gun is awesome. The rate of fire is better than the E50, and that makes. Ooh, sorry for that. Maybe you didn't hear. That makes it, as the Tire 9, the medium tank, very good tank to rush an enemy. The traverse is high, as I said. View range and signal range is both awesome, just awesome. Now we have this little beauty. Aufklärungspanzer Panther. It is as, let's see, don't we have any light tanks? No, we don't. We have to compare to the Panther. Or we can compare it to the below. The hit points of it is really good for a light tank, but it reminded you have that in mind that it is a Tire 7. The weight is actually pretty high, but that's because it have the Panther chassis. What takes off weight is the turret and the gun. The engine power and speed and traverse is just ridiculous on this tank. I mean, look at this. It's better than this little fucker. And it has better in everything than the Panther. So if you want to outrun someone or just ram them and kamikaze right through them and split them in half, use the Aufklärungspanzer Panther. The armor is actually the same on the hull as the Panther due to it is the same chassis, but the turret is the main weakness. Want to kill it? Aim for a turret if you have a low tier tank. Otherwise just shoot the fuck at it. It's weak everywhere except in the slopes. Shell damage is higher than the Panther, but that's because I believe it's the 105mm gun they are using here. Shell penetration is decent, actually quite good, and the rate of fire is very good. But because it's a light tank, I actually think it's a little low, but even though you shouldn't complain, it's a good tank. The turret traverse is ridiculous. I mean, look at this, 47 in traverse. That's like a full lap, nearly, in just a blink of an eye. View range and signal range is both pretty fucking awesome. And that was the German tanks, and those are the only ones I played. So we can just have a little hint on the Russians. Let's see here. Oh, that's a Chinese, sorry for that. Same flag nearly. It's the T-60 light tank Tier 2. Let's see here. T-60, T-60. There we have it. Compared to another, the famous PT2. The hit point is higher. The weight is like a paper. It's ridiculously low. It's lower than an ordinary truck. A truck weighs more than this. And no, I don't mean like a Range Rover. I mean like a lorry truck. A truck that only goes... Just fuck it, a truck. Engine power is not that high. Look at the BT2, it says 400. But due to the weight, it is good. It is... let's see here. 7 horsepower per 0.6 tons, so that is fucking awesome. Speed limit is lower than the BT2 actually, but look at that engine power. The traverse speed is higher, which make this one fly as fuck, and the hull armor is higher actually, but the turret armor is like the biggest weakness. But actually the even more big weakness is the gun. I mean, look at this 6 till 10. What are you going to kill? Flies or butterflies? Just scout and rush. That's the only thing you can do. I don't even believe you can kill artists with this shit. But look at the rate of fire, 87.46 rounds a minute. That's just that's Morgan Freeman level, Chuck Norris. The turret traverse is the same, and the view and signal range is both actually very good for a Tier 2 tank. Left we have the Tier 3 and Tier 4 light tanks, T-70 and T-80. Compare them in this scale. Let's see, it goes up and up and up and even more up. But the biggest change is the engine power from Tier 2 to Tier 3, and also the gun. The guns are the same in 4 and 3, but 2 and 3 are the biggest difference. Turret traverse is actually really good on the Tier 4 light tank, but have that in mind, it's a little light tank, only Tier 4, so it should have very high turret traverse. Armor is same hull armor, but the light tank T-80 has a little bit more, that due to that extra weight. Rate of fire is lower than the Tier 2 on the Tier 3, but higher on the Tier 4 than the Tier 3. So it goes ups and downs a little bit here and there, but in the end they just get better and better each level you go. Some new, I can show you the tanks here. This is the Leopard 1 Tier 10 medium tank. You can see that this has like the same chassis. Nearly the same chassis. We also have Indian Panzer here, the ugly goose duckling I told you before. Here's the Aufklärungspanzer Panther. See, it's just like the turret. Nothing more by those, no. And some of the changes is that there's a new map, it's called Pearl River, and some updated maps, Siegfried Line, South Coast and Malinovka. Minor changes and improvements made for the following maps: Redshire, El Haluf, Karelia, Sand River Steppes, Himmelsdorf and Live Oaks. And premium consumable medkits, repair kits, etc. are now available for credits, matching the gold credits exchange rate similar to that of premium shells. So where the fuck are they? You can buy this for credits, or there, change it. Oh well, fuck, 20,000. Alright, as you saw, tank changes and update. More specific information will be made available with the alright. USA Premier SPG Sexton Tier 3 moved to the British tree and added to in-game shop. Let's see that one. Let's see British. Where are you, fuckers? There it is. So this one is now available in the shop, as you can see. Let's see some more. Max speed of the ES7 increased from 50 to 59.6. Just buff your own tanks, Russians. I don't take it offensively. Change the velocity of the shells from the 7 power. They increased it from 850 to 925 meters per second. Collision models of the Panzerjäger 1 and Jagdpanzer E100. It's some minor fixes and updates and so on. Changes made to the expert metal requirements and so on. But this was it in this video. I will in next videos describe more of the tank itself and play it for you. But yeah, this is it for now, and be sure to download the beta on the homepage. I will link it to you in the description. Excuse me, had to drink a little. I can link it to you. Be sure to download this beta update and try out the new tanks. And either from that, I don't think I have more to say to you in this video, other than fuck you all. I'm going home. I love you guys. Stay tuned for more, and we see each other in the next video. Take care now. Bye bye then.